The Direct Energy Texas Grand Slam on FSN from beautiful Shadow Hawk. Mark Brooks leads the way. 1 under, has a 2-shot lead. And time now for our first look at the evolution of golf in Texas, narrated by the nation's 41st president and Shadow Hawk member, George Bush.
The royal and ancient game of golf rooted itself in Texas history in the 1860s. San Antonio, Dallas, and the coastal resort island Galveston were early centers of activity. Exhibitions by prominent British and American golfers helped popularize the game in the early 1900s. 2 members of Britain's great triumvirate, Harry Vardon and Ted Ray, made several stops in Texas. Tom Kite is well aware of Vardon's legacy. In 1981 and 82, Kite won the Vardon Trophy for the PGA Tour's lowest scoring average.
Certainly back then, Texas was wild and woolly. There weren't many golf courses, and what courses there were tough. I mean, Texas is a tough state.
By the 1920s, oil was flying in Texas, and so were those little white balls. Golf courses and clubs, bankrolled by petroleum resources, began a boom throughout the state. National attention was being diverted from the Northeast to the Southwest, and in 1922, the first Texas Open was held in San Antonio's Breckenridge Park. The $5,000 first prize was the largest at that time in professional golf. The biggest milestone in Texas golf history came in 1927 when the National Professional Golfers Association Championship was the first major golf event held in the state, and it was won by Walter Hagen.
Texas golf with roots that run deep. We'll have more from the president a little bit later. We get to the 11th, the wind starting to pick up a little bit, and Ben Crenshaw coming off the par at 10.
180 yards, 5-iron for Ben.
That's right next to the flag.
Maybe not as much wind as Ben thought was up there. That's what they're playing for, the boot, the Direct Energy Texas Grand Slam. Crenshaw's trying to get the other boot for the other foot, Judy.
Brian, you know the way Ben putts, that is almost right by the flag.
Good point.
Right to left is his natural shot. Mark Brooks with a 6-iron here at the par 3.
Whoa, what a golf shot here, and getting better. So Brooks rides the wind and just a little bit left for a birdie. How about this swing?
Paul, take a look at this swing. Tell us what you see.
Well, Mark's action is much like it's been throughout his life. I saw him play as a collegiate player. He winds up very tightly, not a long swing, and then he really drops the club, what I would call, into the slot on the downswing, and then chases it hard with his right side, extending his right arm. It's a very good motion for accuracy.
Swing Tips brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Justin Leonard now.
I didn't hit it. Giddy up.
Big high 6-iron, but needed just about a half more club.
All right, see what Tom Kite has in here.
Five-iron for Tom. Tom Kite still in the prime of his career. It doesn't ever seem to go away.
All right, Ben, I noticed you taking a couple of looks, not only on the greens, but there on the tee box as well. Tell us what you were doing.
Yeah, this flag here is, the wind's right to left here. But it's very, you know, it's not ever just always dead across. You always look for, there was a little bit of a help in that, and I looked at the lake here, and sometimes you can pick up the ripples in the water, and they're going just a little bit that way. They're not going straight right to left. So you just look for things that might help you play a shot. And I pulled the shot, but I had the right club.
Well, he's the ultimate field player, so all those little bits of information make a difference for Ben Crenshaw. Now this long bunker shot from Tom Kite.
Ooh.
that could be good there. That could be
Okay.
really good right there.
Nice shot, trying to get up and
Nice.
down for par. His thoughts on Shadowhawk.
Reese Jones did a nice job of building a golf course that's got a lot of contours and doesn't really play as flat as you would expect. So it's an enjoyable golf course. You have to shape a lot of your tee shots. The trees make that, you know, they're the one thing that forces you to curve a ball in a certain direction. And, you know, I enjoy getting on golf courses like that, where it's, even though it's a fairly new golf course, it has an old style feel.
And a great style golf course, Paul, with the pecan trees, the tree-lined fairways.
Well, I hope Reese is watching, because I mean these words that I mean these players have played them all, and the variety of the holes. I'm glad that they really have received that and enjoy it.
Crenshaw for birdie.
Good putt.
Another good lag putt for Ben, so has that left to save a par at the 11th. Meanwhile, Justin Leonard for birdie.
Just slightly back uphill.
So Leonard should have that handled to save a par, to stay at +3. Well, we talked to Justin Leonard about playing with these legends, specifically Crenshaw and Kite.
It's just one round of golf. There's definitely a sense of urgency because you do only have 18 holes, and to be playing against you know, guys that I grew up admiring and trying to model my game and you know, in life after, like Tom Kite and Ben Crenshaw and to become such good friends. And then, you know, Mark Brooks is kind of more of a peer, you know, we've become very good friends over the years, and you know, to all have the UT connection, it makes today and this event a lot of fun.
Judy, what a club to be in. All Longhorns, all major champions.
Right, and you know, they came to professional golf in 3 decades. Tom and Ben Crenshaw, 72, 73 respectively, they turned professional. Mark Brooks in 1983 and Justin Leonard in 1994.
Tom Kite saves a par. So the putter is working. See if he can give himself some birdie opportunities. Meanwhile, Brooks, remember that great tee shot? This for birdie now. Not a problem. So Mark Brooks to 2 under par, extending his lead here at the Direct Energy Texas Grand Slam. Mark Brooks with a birdie at 11. Gets it to 2 under and a 3-shot lead.